What's going on, everybody? My name's Alex Hurt. I just wanted to tell you a really quick story about how I got started on my fitness journey, how I got started in nutrition and exercise, and really why I started this channel. Um, and I guess the best way to do it would be to start all the way back. Uh, so it'd be around seventh grade that I really started to first pay attention to my physique and my health. Um, Through elementary school and through most of middle school, I was a pretty chubby kid. I got made fun of a lot by friends and peers, and there's one moment in particular I remember. My parents had a lake house, and I went up there with a friend, and we met up with a few other family friends, and we were all hanging out at the dock. I had my shirt off, and my friend came up to me, and in front of everybody, started poking my stomach and yelling, "Fat, fat, fat, aren't you fat?" And just making fun of me, poking at me, but kind of got under my skin in that moment. And over the next couple of weeks, I made the decision that I was going to lose weight, and that I didn't want to be the fat kid anymore. Um, Unfortunately, my family didn't have the best health at the time. My dad is a really good cook, and so he would always be cooking us these just insanely delicious meals that unfortunately weren't always the healthiest. Um, and my mom has been struggling with weight for most of her life, so I didn't necessarily have the best examples to go off of, but I knew that I wanted to lose weight. I knew that I wanted to gain some muscle, look toned, and have more of that ideal physique. Um, and while on the outside, yeah, I did want to lose weight and I did want to um, look better, I really wanted to feel better on the inside, like feel more confident. I was really self-conscious at the time, um, and I really wanted just to be able to take my shirt off and like feel good, and maybe even turn some heads and have people look at me and be like, yeah, that's a guy who's healthy and he's fit. I wanted to have that look. Um, so in seventh grade, I started to run, and I cut out soda. Those were the two things that I did. That's really all I knew how to do at the time. And I did lose some weight. I lost about 20-ish pounds the summer after seventh grade, and from then on, I kind of just did whatever came across my path that I thought would move me closer to that sort of ideal physique. And so in eighth grade, I started conditioning for football. In ninth grade, I started conditioning for baseball, and I was involved in band in the fall, which is pretty active, actually. I played tuba, so we had to hold those big things up. The baseball conditioned in the morning. We had practice in the afternoons. I got myself a gym membership and would work out, about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours every night. Like I was in high school, didn't have anything else to do, so I was active a lot of the time, but I wasn't really seeing the results that I wanted to. I was getting a little bit stronger. I was losing a little bit of weight, but I didn't have that, the look that I wanted. I was still really doughy, and still super uncomfortable taking my shirt off just because I didn't look how I wanted to. And at the time, I was following a lot of, YouTube fitness people. Bradley Martin was a big one there in the beginning. Jeff Cavalier from Athlean X, I was following him. And most of those guys would always focus on exercise, like videos of them doing a chest workout or doing a leg workout or whatever. And I was doing those, every day, getting really good at my form and progressive overload and like getting stronger. But I wasn't really paying attention to my diet. And it wasn't until my first semester in college, actually, that I was really compelled to look at what I was putting in my body for really the first time. And I can't remember exactly what channel made me do that, but I downloaded MyFitnessPal. I started tracking my calories, looking at my macros, and doing tons of research online, like how can I gain muscle, how can I lose fat, how can I get stronger through my diet? And my plan was to just eat a ton of protein and eat a bunch of carbs. Eat a bunch of carbs before and after my workout to sort of fuel and recover from the workouts. And that was not a good idea. I remember I would drive down to college, and it was about a 30-minute drive, and I work out first thing in the morning. And on my way down, I would drink this big thing. I would buy from Kroger this big thing of blended coffee. It was about a liter of blended coffee, like Brookhouse something, I don't know, but it had 60 grams of protein in it and probably about 150 grams of carbs. I wasn't really looking at nutrition labels at the time. It just said 60 grams of protein, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And oh geez, it must have been almost 1,000 calories for just that one thing, and I drink it every day. So I would start my day with 120 grams of almost pure sugar. It was not good, and I actually gained a lot of weight, and not good weight. Like, I was gaining some muscle because I was working out and I was eating a lot of protein, but I was also eating a lot of sugar, and so I got fat, and I would take these before and after pictures, and week to week my stomach was getting bigger and my arms were getting flabbier, and I was like, what's going on? Yeah, I'm supposed to be focusing on my diet, and I'm tracking my calories, and I'm getting fatter, so like, what's going on? And around that time, I ran across a channel, I believe it was Thomas DeLauer, that first exposed me to intermittent fasting and keto. And it was around the time Lean Gains was really popular, and that whole initial surge of intermittent fasting people. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'll try intermittent fasting, and I did the 16-8 regimen for about 3 months, and it was mind-blowing. Like, the fat just melted off of me so quick. It blew my mind, and I was still taking these before and after photos, and finally I could like see my abs for the first time ever, and I was like freaking out. It's so super happy, and I've been intermittent fasting every day. Like, I've only skipped a handful of days since then, just because there's tons of mental clarity that happens. Like, I was feeling really good about myself. I felt healthy, so it was a huge transformation physically, but also I started to feel really good about myself. Like, I had this body that I was proud of, and that had taken me, I guess at the time when I first started intermittent fasting, I was doing this for about 7 years. So it took me 7 years to get to this point where I was actually like proud of my body, and it just felt so good. So that's really what I want to share with you in this channel, is what I learned over those 7 years, like all the mistakes that I made, and the 5 years after that, everything I've learned through intermittent fasting and through keto and through biohacking, and really drilling down into my supplementation and my diet, and how much of a game changer that was for me, and how much of a game changer I believe it could be for you if you were to implement some of these practices. I want you to have the best body that you can, and to feel healthy and confident. So that's really my goal out of this channel, and I'm hoping that you'll get something out of these next videos. So thank you.